Once, while cooking, Amaka found her pot of soup completely empty, even though she had just finished making it. Ekene, did you eat the soup? She shouted. No, I was upstairs. That night, their youngest child started crying, pointing at the corner of the room. Daddy, there is something there. When Ekene looked, he saw the black pot sitting in the corner, glowing faintly. Why is this pot following me? Ekene groaned. Ekene tried to get rid of the pot. First, he threw it in the trash. The next morning, it was back in the kitchen. He drove to a nearby park and left the pot under a tree. By the time he got home, the pot was on his dining table. One day, Ekene even took the pot to the river and threw it into the water. As he was driving back, he heard a sound in the trunk. He stopped the car, opened the trunk, and there was a pot, dripping wet. This is serious, Amaka said. You need to call someone. Ekene called his elder brother back in the village and explained everything. Ah, his brother exclaimed. You abandoned the idol without feeding it. That is why he's angry. What do I do now? Ekene asked. You have to feed it one last time. Then you can pray and destroy it properly. Ekene sighed. Feed it? With what? Palm oil, yam, meat. It likes goat meat the most. Ekene and Amaka cooked a feast for the pot. They placed the food in front of it, and immediately the pot began to vibrate. A tiny voice came from inside. Finally, food! Ah, this is delicious. But don't think this is over, oh, the pot said. As the pot ate, Ekene called his pastor. The pastor arrived with a bottle of anointing oil and a big bottle. Let's end this now, the pastor said. As soon as the pot finished eating, the pastor began to pray. The pot started shaking violently. No, I'm not going anywhere, the idol screamed. But the pastor kept praying. Finally, the pot cracked into two, and a puff of a black smoke disappeared into the air. From that day, Ekene's life returned to normal. His computer worked, his boss stopped yelling at him, and their TV stayed on during football matches. Ekene learned an important lesson: never leave unfinished business behind.